Like, I never know what I'm gonna get when I get called up on a stage. I got called up to a stage at a karaoke bar one night, and while I could hear a few claps, the best thing I heard was a guy in the back say pretty loudly, "That ain't no Tyrone." I mean, I get it, like there's certain expectations when you hear Tyrone is coming. You know, like some people might like tuck a chain or like hide their wallet. You know, it's the Devo effect, you know? And then I show up. And I look like DJ Khaled with Crohn's disease. Now, people just, they can't help the stuff that comes out of their mouths when they meet me. They just cannot help it. I was at a bar and I saw this girl, she was eyeballing me like crazy. She comes over, she's got this thing going on. She's like dancing next to me. Or just drunk standing, I don't know which one. And she looks at me and she says, "What's your name?" And I said, "I'm Tyrone." And her response to me, and this is 100% true, somebody said this to me. She said, "Is that the name they gave you when you came here?" Like, in her mind, I came here in the early 1900s on a 3-month boat trip with a shirt on my back and grandmama's baba ganoush recipe. Insane. So I've been dating my girlfriend for about a year now. No, it wasn't the old-timey racist girlfriend. It wasn't that one. And my girlfriend is white, though. And I'm actually the first black guy she's dated. I know, everybody's like, what? And she's really easing into this black guy thing. She's dipping her toe in the water, seeing how it feels. But you learn a lot in a mixed-race relationship. Like, she now kind of sees some of the social injustices that happen, you know, from day to day. And I, like, now I know what a soy, sugar-free caramel macchiato tastes like. So. But she saw that Netflix documentary, What the Health. You guys see or heard about the documentary? All you need to know is that she's a vegan now because of this damn documentary. Thank you very much. And I try to be supportive. I do, like, I will support as much as I can, but there is a line. And that line was crossed when she said, "I'm gonna make a pizza tonight." And that pizza turned out to be a meatless, cheeseless pizza. Yeah, exactly, thank you. That's what I said. And now I'm not saying it was terrible. I'm not saying that. For the record, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, it's all about expectations. That's like saying, "Hey, Tyrone is coming." And I show up. And I look like Drake if he joined ISIS. She's been really heavy into this whole like healthy living thing and just being healthy, and now essential oils are a part of my life that I didn't know would ever exist. And it tripped me out because apparently I have survived just barely 33 years of my life without little bottles of oil that are essential to my well-being. Like, I looked at a bottle of peppermint oil and it had ingredients on it like jojoba and linalool. I'm pretty sure I stumbled upon Dr. Zeus's side hustle. We almost got engaged because I couldn't hold in a fart. And I know that's abrupt, but let me just tell the story. Right? All right, so we go out, nice night of dancing and drinking, having a good time, and we decide we're gonna end the night at Waffle House. We know that's a mistake. So, go home, in bed, and all of a sudden I am stirred awake by my stomach saying, "You made a mistake." Luckily I had heard that if you sleep on your left side, it's good for your stomach for whatever reason. So I flip over to my left side, immediately arm comes over it, leg comes over it. Now I'm the little spoon. And she's in the danger zone. And we have not crossed this line in our relationship yet. So I gotta make sure that she's still asleep so I could like covertly take care of business. But I can't just be like, "Hey, you still awake?" Because she's gonna hear, "Hey, you still awake?" And just pretend to be asleep anyway. So I gotta say something that I know she can't ignore, no matter what. So in my moment of desperation, getting ahead of me a little bit, in my moment of desperation, I say to her, "Will you marry me?" Nothing. I let out the biggest sigh of relief out of both ends of my body. No, I gotta stop messing around. I can't be talking about engagements up here because every time I do, my mom gets a little too excited. She pees a little. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure to get married. There's more pressure to have kids. Yeah. I know. And like, my parents will find a way to work in the have some kids thing in the weirdest areas. Like, I could be like, did you guys hear about that tragic school shooting that happened? It is so sad. And they'll be like, yeah. Wouldn't it be nice to have some grandkids to worry about during a school shooting? No, but I don't have kids, so I got to do some traveling recently, which was very nice. And I love travel. Everybody loves travel. Do it if you can. If you can survive the airport. Airports are designed and staffed to drive people crazy. All right, so we get to Atlanta. It's the last leg of the trip. Right? Weather delays all day long. So at my gate, there's about 50 extra people waiting to hear about 10 free seats on the last flight to Jacksonville. So the gate agent makes his move to grab his little walkie-talkie thing to address the crowd. Now the gate agent, he already had one of those like accents that every gate agent has. That's from like no particular country. It's just like airport accent. So he grabs a little microphone and there's like a hush that falls over the crowd. Yes, just like that, good job. And he grabs the microphone and he says in a volume that's just loud enough to know that you're missing some very vital information. He says, "Thank you for choosing Delta Airlines. And people are freaking out. People don't know what the hell to do. The lady steps out and she's like, "What are you saying? I can't hear you." And he lowers the microphone, clear as day, and says, "Ma'am, please step back in line." Guys, I'm Tyrone Thornhill. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.